Back here at the Sporting Tribune, Super Bowl Radio Row with Demario Davis. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Thank y'all for having me on.
What an amazing town. I mean, I have heard New Orleans is the best place to have a Super Bowl. You played here. You had an amazing career here. What makes New Orleans so special?
Man, I just think it's the realness, it's the authenticity, it's the history, it's the culture, it's the essence, it's the vibes, it's the music, it's the dance, it's the creativity, it's the food, and it's genuine people who gonna show you love and embrace you. You know, whatever you put out, that's what you're gonna get back. And it's the best place to host the Super Bowl because not only is it a unique city, but it's people who gonna show you a good time and be hospitable. So welcome everybody to our city.
What was Super Bowl like? The first night of the Super Bowl has really grown into like an event. It used to be like a press conference. Now, what was that like? You were a big part of that.
I mean, it was awesome because everybody got a chance to see the city on display. You had St. Aug, one of our top high schools here, got a chance to come out and perform. You got a chance to feel the festivity feel. You had great hosts. It was myself, Jen Hale, who's another community champion. Yeah. You know, born and raised here. Kimmy Chex was there. They did awesome and just kind of setting the tone for the night. But then we got a chance to have both teams come in, and you know, it's the only place that both teams are in the same place before the game. Got a chance for all of them kind of share their stories and kind of talk to the fans and let the fans and media interact with them. But you saw two quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, man, they had that look in their eye. Yeah. It's going to be a battle on Sunday, so I was excited. That's the one thing I saw that night that really got me fired up.
You know, the cool thing about the Super Bowl is so many companies are coming here to do good and to inspire change. I wanted to talk to you about what you're here to talk about, the NFL Inspire Change. Talk about that, please.
So the NFL Inspire Change, partnered with Intuit, has created a financial Intuit for Education, which is pretty much a curriculum for underserved communities and schools to be able to take in a financial literacy curriculum, which adults, a statistic is adults are, only 33% of adults are financially literate. And you know that happens because it's not in schools. You know, it's not something that's just taught. You know, only certain schools even encourage taking a finance course. And these are life skills. It's something that you need. It's something as common as knowing how to have table manners, or knowing how to dress, or knowing how to fill out a job application. You need financial you need be able to understand financial concepts and how to apply them. And so they make it where it's fun, it's engaging, and it's learnable. Not only do they learn the concepts, not only do they learn about saving and doing taxes and credit cards and budgeting and balancing a checkbook. Not only do they learn those things, but they learn how to apply them. They learn how to do them in real-time situations via games that are kind of like Roblox and kind of like, you know, all these different games, like I guess like Fortnite, where you're moving characters around, but you're learning in real time in a way that's engaging for them. I'm in a room with high school kids. They had about 300 to 400 kids here yesterday, you know, playing and engaging in these different workshops, and I'm getting a chance to go in and see them play those games. And I'm asking the kids like what they think about it. They're like, man, this is fun. And I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, I don't know, but it's fun because they don't know the financial concepts necessarily, but they understand the game. Yeah. And when you gamify, when you make learning fun and make it engaging, I'm like, man, I needed something like that. That would have helped me by the time I got to college and I was overdrafting and doing different things like that. And so I think it's really cool that what they're doing for these students. Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that very same thing today, you know, for an athlete. When you were a player, like, were you able to get that help that you need to kind of help you understand this? And for the players today, you know, I know with times going on, are they getting that help needed so that they can know how to keep their money? Because, you know, the NFL career is not too long, you know. So is that education there for them, and how are players utilizing it?
Yeah, it's vitally important in today's society. I mean, as I'm getting ready to go into my 14th season, I've been incredibly blessed. We know that the NFL is not for long, and so many people don't make it to where I am today. And a staggering statistic is 5 years after the game, over 80% of players are broke or financially distressed. And that comes from you know, not having those, you know, critical financial literacy skills, and not really being able to apply those things in real time. But the statistic wasn't changed if it was a different group that was playing and it wasn't today's athletes because, as I said before, 33% of adults are financially illiterate. And so if you're not managing your funds when you don't have, only have a little bit of resources, you're going to mismanage your funds when you have a lot of resources. And it's like, man, this is why everyone needs to know these skills. And it's critical now because kids are being thrown so much money faster because of the NIL and what's happening. There's a bigger gap. It's a bigger jump going from high school and not having a bunch of resources to being in college and being a superstar and having a lot of resources than it is going from college to the pros. Yeah. And so it's like essentially kids are being drafted into college. Mm-hmm. And when you sign that dotted line and now you're being thrown hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars and you're responsible for managing and you or your parent don't have the basic financial literacy skills to thrive, it's gonna probably be more damaging than it is gonna be helpful. And you don't want those first 5 years of coming into resources to be you having to learn, lose it, and then hoping that you get it back to get another chance. Yeah. Because not everybody gets that second chance.
So, excuse me, Eric Lambkins II here with the Sporting Tribune, Misfits. I'll call you the pastor, right? Yeah. And knowing the work that you're doing with Intuit, I'm curious, how is this a form of ministry for you?
Oh, hey, thank you for that question.
Eric always comes with the best question.
Thank you for that question, man. Listen, my faith is everything. And it's so much to me that it's become cool to get on the microphone and praise Jesus. And I see so many athletes, and I'm proud of that. But the most important thing for us is to know God and make him known. It's to share the gospel, that God became man, that he lived on this earth, he lived a perfect life, he did what man couldn't do, and he died to be the perfect sacrifice for us. And 3 days later, he rose from the dead, proving that he was the Son of God. That's our evidence for our faith. And we're literally here to make disciples. And so anything that I do, when somebody says it's like, what's the why behind that? Is because, I want you to know Jesus. Like, I want you to be able to experience what's inside of me. All the things, financial literacy, help, going to help people, doing all these different things, bringing joy, that's just spreading kindness. Yeah. And so when you see like, man, why are you doing this? Like, no, it's because I want you to know Jesus like I know him. So you will go and do the same thing and multiply. So that's the basis of all the things that we have going on.
So I got to ask, man, I'm a huge 49er fan, but I love listening to you, like, get your troops ready.
Yeah.
So which biblical character do you think would give the best pregame and halftime speech?
Oh, man, I would say Gideon.
Yeah.
Gideon, because, man, Gideon had an army of 10,000 that he cut down to 300.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To go fight 22,000. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, he had to get their mind right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, even though they was ready, they was like, hey, man, these numbers don't stack up. You know what I'm saying? So he had to say something for them to go in there and charge. So I'm like, Gideon was the man, because he was in the back of the cave hiding, and God called him to the front. Yeah. So when you get called to the front, you got to go. You got to get yourself pumped up. You got to get everybody pumped up, and I think he delivered.
Demario, thank you so much for your time. What an inspiring man you are, and what a great cause. And so thank you so much for being a great host, by the way. We're all having a great time in New Orleans, and thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Y'all enjoy your time in New Orleans. Blessings to you. Yeah.